Hi everyone and welcome back. Just a few things, or a couple things I should say. If you hear any weird moaning, groaning, or sighing, my dog is next to me. She's sleeping. She's getting over her tummy ache and she's just trying to vibe. And every once in a while she'll just make it a loud noise, so I apologize. And secondly, if my voice sounds weird, I've been filming a lot of videos tonight, so my voice might sound a little scratchy as the video goes on, so I'm just letting you know. Or it might break or something. But for today's case, we're talking about the case of Elvira Babb. All the links that I used for research will be down below, like always, and let's go ahead and get into this. So, there wasn't a whole lot of information on Elvira's case, but it is incredibly sad. So, 57-year-old Elvira was a Filipina immigrant who worked for an orthotics lab. She was also a mom living in Vallejo, Vallejo, California, who went missing in 2016. Elvira was last seen on June 29, 2016, by a co-worker who dropped her off at a market. The next day, her son, John, received a text message demanding $60,000 in cash for her safe return. And John said that he initially believed that the text was a joke, but when he went to check in on his mom later that evening, he found her beloved dog, Rocky, dead inside her home. So she was reported missing on July 1st, and John says that the ransom was baffling because she could barely afford to make rent and had recently filed for bankruptcy. There was a week-long investigation that included help from the FBI that led police to arrest Emmanuel Espinoza, Jaylen Brown, Larry Young, and Lovely Razul. And I believe it's Razul. I will have their photos on the screen so you can see who they are. I couldn't really find anything about the investigation itself, like what led them to believe that these people had done it, or what evidence they have found against them. I wasn't really sure. I can only assume that they're keeping it closed for trial purposes and all that. But what we do know is that Emmanuel is considered the primary suspect, and Elvira does know him. We just weren't told how. So she does know of Emmanuel. So John said that he never received another text and doesn't understand why anyone would do this to his mom, who has no enemies to his knowledge. Eventually, the charges against Emmanuel were upgraded to murder during ransom kidnapping. The kidnapping charges against the others were dropped, but Jaylen and Larry were charged with acting as accessories to a felony, and Lovely was completely cleared of all charges. As far as I could find, the case is still pending, and Elvira is presumed dead. So, as far as I could tell, I don't even think there was a preliminary hearing, picking out the jury, or anything like that. I couldn't find a trial date or anything like that. So, as far as I know, we're still waiting on that to even happen, which is wild because it's been almost 10 years since Elvira has went missing. But I have a quote from John to end this video on, and he says, "She means the world to me. She's my mom. She's my only mom. I'm not going to get another mom. I'm hoping and praying she is held somewhere and we will find her, or they are looking for the right time to let her go." End quote. And that is so heartbreaking because, he just wants his mom. He just wants her to come home, and he's still holding on to hope that maybe she is still just being held somewhere. Unfortunately, I just don't think that is the case. But if you have any information, you are urged to contact the Vallejo Police Department at 707-648-4488. And that is the case of Elvira Babb. It's just so sad because she clearly, to some point, knew who Emmanuel was, and you would think that if he knows her enough to know where she lives and all of that, he would know that she doesn't make a whole lot of money, so why would he ask for ransom? It kind of feels like maybe they intended to hurt her the entire time. She's just an older woman, just living on her own, and these creeps do this to her. I hope that they all just get the max sentence possible. Hopefully, that will finally go to trial, and I can update you guys about what happens. And yeah, just let me know your guys' thoughts down below on this case. Thank you so much for listening to Elvira's story. My heart goes out to her son, John. I can't imagine how he has to feel almost 10 years later just waiting for something to happen. But if he watches this video, I just want to say that I am so sorry about your mother. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye, guys.